Vandeham Shri Guru Shiyata Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Scha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savarutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shivashakam Vitam Scha Om Jnana Timaranda Shagyana Jana Shilagya Chakshuro Milidam Yena Tasma Shri Gurave Namah Gurva Bhistam Sapurkam Garganara Sesha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samasta Veda Nipunam Shirupa Patanugam Govindabidam Ujwalam Varatanam Bhakjan Vitam Sundaram Vande Vishwa Gurun Shah Divyat Bhagavat Premnoi Bijapranam Devam Divyatanam Suchanubaranam Balarkachelan Shitam Sandrananda Puram Sadeka Baranam Vairagya Vidyambunim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Baram Banditam Shubharam Marega Sharanam Yashishvara Sridharam Manshakao Patarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahabaranya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratabhishe Namah. We're hearing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, translation and commentary by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. This is the Madhya-lila, chapter 11, the Veda Kirtan pastimes. And I'll begin with verse number 207. Apane basila sab sannyasi re loya pariveshan kori acharya harashita haya. Then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally sat down to accept lunch with the other sannyasis, and Gopinath Acharya began to distribute the prasadam with great pleasure. Swarup Gosai Damodar Jaganananda Vaishnavere Pariveshe Tin Jani Ananda. Then Swarup Damodar Goswami, Damodar Pandit, and Jaganananda all began to distribute prasadam to the devotees with great pleasure. Nana Pita Paya, Nana Pita Pana Kaya, Akanta Puriya, Madhye Madhye Hare Kohe Anandita Haya. They all ate all kinds of cakes and sweet rice, filling themselves up to their throats, up to their necks, and at intervals they vibrated the holy name of the Lord in great jubilation. Bhojana Samapta Hoila Koila Achaman Sabare Paraila Prabhu Maya Chandan. After everyone had finished his lunch and washed his mouth and hands, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally decorated everyone with flower garlands and sandalwood pulp. Vishrama Korite Save Nijabasa Gela Sandhya Kaliyas Asi Puna Prabhu Ke Milila. After thus accepting prasadam, they all went to take rest at their respective residences, and in the evening they again came to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Henakale Ramananda Aila Prabhustane Prabhu Milaila Tare Sab Vaishnava Gane. At this time, Ramananda Raya also came to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the Lord took the opportunity to introduce him to all the Vaishnavas. Sabha Loya Gela Prabhu Jagannath Aloy Kirtana Aramba Tata Koila Mahashoy. The great personality of Godhead, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then took all of them to the temple of Jagannath and began the congregational chanting of the holy name there. So he began kirtan in the temple. Sandhya Dupa Deki Arambila Sankirtan Paricha Se Savare Dila Maya Banda. The Malachandan, Sanjadupa Deki, Rambila Sankirtan, Parichasi, Sabare Dila Maya Chandan. After seeing the dupe arti of the Lord, offering incense, they all began energetically chanting. Then the Padicha, the superintendent of the temple, came and offered flower garlands and sandalwood pulp to everyone. Charidike Chari Sampradaya, Korena Kirtan, Madhya Nritya Kore Prabhu, Sachiranandan. 4 parties were then distributed in 4 directions to perform Sankirtan. And in the middle of them, the Lord himself, known as the son of Mother Sachi, began to dance. Ashtam Mridanga Bhaje, Bhatrisha, Karatal, Haridwani Kore Sabe, Bole Balo Balo. In the 4 groups, there were 8 mridangas and 32 pairs of kartals. Altogether, they began to vibrate the transcendental sound, and everyone said, "Very good, very good." Kirtaner Dvani Maha Mangala Utila Chaturdasa Loka Bhari Ramanda Berila. When the tumultuous vibration of Sankirtan resounded, all good fortune immediately awakened, and the sound penetrated the whole universe through the 14 planetary systems. Kirtana Rambe Prema Utali Chalila Nila Chala Bashilo Adainya Aila Kirtana Rambe Prema Utali Chalila Nila Chala Basilok Daya Aila. When the congregational chanting began, ecstatic love immediately overflooded everything, and all the residents of Jagannath Puri came running. Kirtana deki savar, mane hoila chamatkar, kabunahi deki aiche premarabikar. Everyone was astonished to see such a performance of Sankirtan, and they all agreed that never before had Kirtan been so performed, an ecstatic love of God so exhibited. Tabe Prabhu Jagannath Mandira Vedya Pradakina Kori Bolen Nartana Korea. At this time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu circumambulated the temple of Jagannath and continuously danced about the whole area. Agipache Gana Kore Chari Sampradaya Achadera Kale Dure Nityananda Rai. As the circumambulation was performed, the 4 kirtan parties sang in front and in the rear. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fell down to the ground, Sri Nityananda Rai Prabhu lifted him up. Ashru Pulaka Kampa Shweta Gambira Hunkar Premara Vikara Deki Loke Chamatkar. When Kirtan was going on, there was a transformation of ecstatic love. When Kirtan was going on, there was a transformation of ecstatic love and much tears, jubilation, trembling, perspiration, and deep resounding in the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Upon seeing this transformation, all the people present became very much astonished. Pikari Darajini Ashru Nayane Charidikar Lok Sab Koraye Sinane. The tears from the eyes of the Lord came out with great force, like water from a syringe. Indeed, all the people who surrounded him were moistened by his tears. Bengal Mahaprabhu Kori Katakan Mandirer Pache Rohi Koraye Kirtan. After circumambulating the temple, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for some time remained at the rear of the temple and continued his sankirtan. Charidike, Chari Sambradai, Uchaishwaragai, Madhye Tandava Nritya Korigorarai. On all four sides, the four sankirtan groups chanted very loudly, and in the middle, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced, jumping high. Bahukana Nritya Kori Prabhu Stira Hoila Chari Mahantere Tabe Nachite Agyadila. After dancing for a long time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became still and ordered four great personalities to begin to dance. Ek Sampradaye Nache Nityananda Raya, Advaita Acharya Nache Ara Sampradaye. In one group, Nityananda Prabhu began to dance. In another group, Advaita Acharya began to dance. Ara Sampradaye Nache Pandita Bhakreshwar, Sriva Nache Ara Sampradaya Vitar. Bhakreshwar Pandit began to dance in another group, and in yet another group, Haridas Thakur began to dance. Madhya-lila Mahaprabhu Korana Darshan Tahan Ek Aishwarya Tara Hoila Prakatan. While the dancing was going on, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu watched them and performed a miracle. Charidike Nritya Gita Kore Jatajan Sabedeke Prabhu Kore Amare Darshan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stood in the middle of the dancers. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stood in the middle of the dancers, and all the dancers in all directions perceived that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was looking at them. Charijaner Nityadekite Prabhura Abhilas Se Abhilashe Kore Aishwarya Prakash. Waiting to see the dancing of the four great personalities, wanting to see the dancing of the four great personalities, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited this miracle of seeing everyone. So everyone thought that Mahaprabhu was looking directly at them. Darshane Aveshatara Deke Matrajane Kemone Chodike Deke Iyanahijane. Everyone who saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could understand that he was performing a miracle, but they did not know how it was that he could see on all four sides. Pulina Bojane Jena Krishna Madhyastane Chodikara Sakakohe Amare Nehane. In his own pastimes in Vrindavan, when Krishna used to eat on the bank of the Jamuna and sit in the center of his friends, every one of the cowherd boys would perceive that Krishna was looking at him. In the same way, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu observed the dancing, everyone saw that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was facing him. Nritya korite che aishe sanidane Mahaprabhu koritare drida alingane. When someone came nearby while dancing, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would tightly embrace him. Mahanritya Mahaprema Mahasankirtan Deke Prema Veshe Bashe Nilachala Jan. Upon seeing the great dancing, great love, and great Sankirtan, all the people of Jagannath Puri floated in an ecstatic ocean of love. Gajapati Raja Shuni Kirtana Mahatma Atalika Charideke Swagana Sahita. Hearing the greatness of the Sankirtan, King Prataparudra went up to the top of his palace and watched the performance with his personal associates. Kirtan Dekiya Rajar Hoila Chamatkar Prabhu Ke Milite Utkanta Badila Apar. The king was very much astonished to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's kirtan, and the king's anxiety to meet him increased unlimitedly. Kirtana Samapte Prabhu Deke Pushpanjali Sarva Vaishnava Loya Prabhu Aila Vasachali. After the Sankirtan ended, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu watched the offering of flowers to the Lord Jagannath deity. Then he and all the Vaishnavas returned to his residence. Parichani Yadila Prasada Bistar Sabare Bantiya Taha Dilena Ishwar. The superintendent of the temple then brought large quantities of prasadam, which Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally distributed to all the devotees. Sabare Bidaya Dila Korite Shayan Emata Lila Kore Sachiranandan. Finally, they all departed to rest in bed. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the son of Sachimata, performed his pastimes. Javada Chila Sabe Mahaprabhu Sange Pratidina E Matsya Kori Kirtana Range. As long as the devotees remained at Jagannath Puri with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the pastime of Sankirtan was performed with great jubilation every day. Eta Kohilun Prabhuda Kirtana Bilas Jeva Iha Shune Hoy Chaitanya Radas. In this way I have explained the Lord's pastime of Sankirtan, and I bless everyone with this benediction. By listening to this description, one will surely become a servant of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shri Rupa Raghunath Pari Jara As Chaitanya Charitamrita Kohe Krishna Das. Praying at the lotus feet of Shri Rupa and Shri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I Krishna Das narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya-lila, 11th chapter, describing the Veda Kirtan pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Nama Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Nama Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Gopa Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Gopa Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinath Maranamon Giridhari Gopinath Maranamon Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra Dharadhana Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Dharadhana Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Rupa Sanatan Dasa Raghunath, Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath, Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath, Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath, Jai Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan, Jai Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan, Jaoite Vignanasha Vistapuran, Jaoite Vignanasha Vistapuran, Jai Gosai Char Mui Taradas, Jai Gosai Char Mui Taradas, Tasavar Pada Renu Mora Panchagas, Savar Pada Renu Mora Panchagas, Pada Charan Sevi Bhakta Sanibas, Pada Charan Sevi Bhakta Sanibas, Janame Janame More Abhilas, Janame Janame More Abhilas, Hey Chai Gosai Jabe Braje Koilabas, Chai Gosai Jabe Braje Koilabas, Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakash, Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakash, Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan, Bhaja Vrindavan, Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Majai Aman, Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Majai Aman, Hare Krishna. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriya, Shri Guru Vaishnava Pada Padma Koriya, Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naradamoda, Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naradamoda, Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriya, Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriya, Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naradamoda, Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naradamoda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna. Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridhari Ju Ki Jai. Tadiya Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramahansa Parabhajaka Charyashta Tara Sarashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Tilak Neri Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramahansa Parabhajaka Charyashta Tara Sarashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Nirmal Acharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramahansa Parabhajaka Charyashta Tara Sarashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramahansa Parabhajaka Charyashta Tara Sarashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Rakshidhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Brahmachari Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunashi Jiva Gopal Bhatta Dasha Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Premzigo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Jai Vishwavaranya Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Kusham Ashram Maharaj Ki Jai. Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Namadip Dham Ki Jai. Shri Ramayapur Ki Jai. Saparshada Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Saparshada Shriman Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Shri Goladvip Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Sokel Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Sevashram Ki Jai. Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Go Gopika Pradhan. Sham Kuna Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Jo Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Shri Pad Bhakti Raman Madhav Maharaj Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari.